Hey, what's up, everybody? Coach Matt over here, Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. Well, like I put on the Facebook page yesterday, we wanted to see you guys ask a lot of questions, things that have been on your mind, things that just kind of impulsively pop into your head. Wanted to do kind of a rapid fire question and answer today. So we got some great questions in. Want to thank everybody for sending them in. A lot of them got emailed to me. Rather have them on the Facebook page so everybody can see it. But want to answer some of those emails, answer some of those Facebook questions right now. All right. The first one that we're going to do here actually comes from somebody who asks about their lifting. If you subscribe to our email newsletter, you see that we're going to be giving away a 13-week, and we're already on week 8, a 13-week free training, 3-day-a-week schedule. So this person asked, when figuring out your max lifts, should half reps be considered? And the answer is absolutely not. For this type of training, you really want to swallow your pride. We're going to get into using bigger percentages of your max lifts. Okay, right now we're pretty low. We're only going to about 80%, but we're going to jack it up and go all the way up to 90, 95%. So you really want to work on what you can do one full rep. That's your max. So bench press all the way down to the chest, all the way back up to arms at full extension. Squat all the way down to parallel, all the way up, full extension. Deadlift, of course, pulling off the ground, standing up to full extension. All right, swallow your pride. Don't try to go way too heavy. We're going to build up. Like I always say, like I say in those newsletters, I think it's something that Jim Wendler had originally said, or that I had read from one of his articles a long time ago. If you just go into the gym every day and all you do is basically lift as much weight as possible 1 or 2 times, you're only testing your strength. We don't want to test our strength. We want to build our strength. So you have to start low and go high. Now your max is going to increase over time. So these percentages are going to stay the same, but the number is going to keep getting bigger because it's a smaller percentage of a bigger number. You're always going to keep getting stronger. You're never going to hit a dead end. You're never going to hit a stop sign. You're always going to continue to get stronger, but you have to work on the number that's the full rep, not the half rep. Okay, next question comes to us from Doug Roby or Robbie. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, Doug. Doug has sent me a lot of questions, but this one really got me a little bit. It says he's frustrated. He's talking about javelin. He's saying that the tip is getting lost and pointing upwards, or sometimes point to the right and up some. He's a right-handed thrower. He sees in the video that I did the other day could possibly be dropping the javelin just before exploding, which is making the tip go up. Find it extremely difficult to throw through the tip when you are doing an all-out actual throw. He goes on to say it's easier when you're doing like the drills, working 30-40%. How do you solve it? And really this goes back to something I covered a little while ago, which is you just have to practice. There's really no drill for a drill. You just have to really work on and actively work on as you're doing the full throw, as you're increasing, you want to keep that hand high. Now the other thing to do is you notice that when we work on these drills, and you notice the drills that I've been giving you, we're really working at easy releases. What was probably 10 to 20% of your strength we're putting into that release. Real easy release. The thing to stress is don't go from a really easy release to throwing 100% or throwing 90%. Don't think because, okay, I'm throwing through the point using 30% power that you're automatically going to throw through the point using 100% power. You have to gradually increase. It takes time. It's going to take a few weeks. But a few weeks of easy throwing is a lot better than a few years of being frustrated and not improving. So you really have to do easy releases and gradually increase the amount of power, gradually increase the amount of force that you're putting right down the middle. Another question that I got today, hopefully that answers your question, Doug. Another question I got today has to deal with overhead work. Okay, we're getting a lot of questions about doing overhead work, basically overhead presses, cleans and presses, snatches, strict press, overhead squats, things like that. Where people are asking, is it healthy to do? We use our shoulders all the time. Is it healthy to keep doing overhead presses? And I answered this question a long time ago, but I wanted to take the time to do it right now too. Overhead work most certainly, definitely should be done. We do a lot of overhead work at Primal for all of our throwers, our baseball players, our football quarterbacks, our volleyball players. Everyone that has to rotate that shoulder, yes, we are doing overhead work. Are we going heavy? Absolutely. Do we do some light work as well? Absolutely. You need to mix it up. Now, if you're going too heavy, if you're using improper form, if you're not finishing correctly, is there a possibility that you can get hurt? Yes, of course there is. You want to make sure that you're doing proper amount of weight. You're not going too heavy. You want to stick, again, if you're doing your percentages like we've been saying in the newsletter, you want to stick to a weight that you can do with proper form, and you want to stick to it for the certain amount of reps that you have prescribed for you. You don't want to go too heavy. You don't want to turn this into like a standing bench press where you're leaning way back. You want to finish with the arm behind the head. You want to finish with the bicep by the ear, full range of motion. Now, if you're using heavy weight, something that's too heavy, and you can't go through the full range of motion, obviously you have to go lighter. Concentrate on the shoulders, okay? Even though you're throwing, you still want to do some overhead work. You want to do some strengthening work. You want to do some dumbbell work. You want to do kettlebell work. Work with overhead. You want to strengthen that movement. The argument always is, I use the arm all the time, I use my shoulder all the time, I throw all the time, so I'm going to take it easy in the gym and not do anything. My argument is, you're using the arm all the time, you're using the shoulder all the time, you have to strengthen it. You have to set time aside where you can get stronger, and you have to set time aside where you can get a lot more durable and a lot more resilient with that shoulder, so you have to use heavy weight, you have to work it. You have to use lightweight too, but you still have to hit the heavy stuff. All right, and another question comes to us about grip. Now this I'm going to do as a separate video and have for you on Monday. Different types of ways that you can train grip without using a lot of fancy equipment, without using a lot of fancy stuff. Just basic everyday stuff that you have lying around in your weight room, lying around at the gym, that you can do and use to train your grip. So I'm going to do, that one's for gym, I'm going to do that one for you on Monday. It's going to be a whole video dedicated to it. We're going to do a lot more of these rapid fire questions, so keep those questions coming in. Go to Facebook, find us on Facebook. If you search Primal Athlete Training Center, you'll see it pop right up. It's got our logo that you see at the beginning of these videos and at our webpage, so you notice it right away. Click like. You can leave your questions right on the Facebook page. You can leave your comments. You can help out other athletes that are leaving their questions, leaving their comments as well. I chime in all the time. I'll answer the questions on videos. That's the place to leave those questions. If you want to read more about these videos, you have to go to primalatc.com and read the write-ups that go along with these videos to get more info. All right, guys, thanks for checking us out. Let everyone know about us. We want to become the online hub for throwers where you can come and ask your questions and get answers on a daily basis. So make sure you keep spreading the word. Make sure you keep letting your friends and your teammates and your coaches know about primalatc.com. Thanks.